And that way you'll be surprised, even when you're not trying to track your steps, see how many steps that you do a day without even trying to track it. And it'll track it for you, and you'll be surprised to know. So I'm going to make sure I do that
Okay.
for you, so that way
All
you can say,
right.
you know what? I did
Okay.
9,900 steps. Let me just do 100 more steps and get 10,000. So pace yourself. It's awesome, folks, and especially during quarantine now, make sure that you get out there and you're walking. Also, Health and Safety are having their retirement boot camp, their virtual camp series. It starts tomorrow. It's 3 Saturdays. It starts tomorrow, Saturday, October the 10th. Also, Saturday, October the 17th, and Saturday, October the 24th. It is not too late to register. Just go to myldcbenefits.com under wellness events, and you can sign up for the boot camp for retirees. You can learn all the information you need about healthcare, insurance, your monies, things of that nature. And once again, if you have a problem online, sign it up at myldcbenefits.com. You can call Tracy and Ann at 215-925-5327.
Where's that going to be held, Tony?
So it's virtual. So it's going to be
Virtual.
online. So it's like a virtual Zoom, I'm assuming. It's virtual. So they'll have all the information for you. Yep.
Mm.
So it's virtual. It's not in person. Also, we having our Get Out and Vote. I just wanted to show the folks the Get Out and Vote. It's going to be also a virtual town hall we're having with our LaUNA General President, Terry O'Sullivan. You met him 4 years
Yes.
ago at
Yes.
that great rally that we had. So
Yeah.
now he's going to have a virtual rally October the 14th. So members, if you're listening, our LaUNA General President, Terry O'Sullivan, is having a virtual town hall October the 14th from 6:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. It's a webinar Zoom. If you're interested, please contact your label's local, your union hall, and they will have the information to you for the virtual town hall, Get Out and Vote virtual town hall with our general president, Terry O'Sullivan. That should be real interesting. I think he's really going to make sure he and make the members understand the importance of the unions and why we need a person in place who respects the union, who want to keep the middle class working with the unions, who understand the wages, the benefits, and what the union gives the people. So it's very important that we get elected officials in who respect and understand, and we need to keep our prevailing wages, we need to keep our pensions, all the benefits that we need, and we need new jobs. So it's important to know, we want to make sure this infrastructure, bills are going through and that the work is there from legislation so we can make sure we're keeping our members working. So I'm quite sure a lot of that will come up in the town hall meeting. So members, if you're listening, like I said, contact your local union for the information to Get Out and Vote rally with our General President, LaUNA General President Terry O'Sullivan.
He's good too. He'll fire
He's
him up.
awesome. I mean, does he not have the
Yeah, he'll
energy?
fire him up.
Listen, feel the power, be the power, you are the power. I'm telling you, he will really, really
Good thing
get
there are
your
no
blood
FCC
flowing.
rules that'll be in effect.
Exactly, because you were there last time.
I was
You were there
there.
last time,
That's
Cody.
right.
Yeah, it was a nice, beautiful crowd to see, because orange is our signature brand color with Luna. The whole sea of orange that everyone had on and was cheering on, and all the different, folks that spoke and the importance of the union. So we got to keep our union strong, folks. Trust me. There's a lot of politicians out there that want to do away with the unions, that want to hurt you, they don't want to keep you safe on these jobs.
Mhm.
So just make sure that you're doing the right thing and get your vote out. I also want to acknowledge that it is breast cancer awareness month, Cody. I literally just had my mammogram last Saturday, and I want folks to know, I know that it's quarantine. And just not for your mammogram, folks, just for all of your cancer screenings. We've gotten behind, Cody, when it comes to screening for cancer screenings, annual screenings because of COVID, and the doctor's office and a lot of hospitals were closed. Well, they're open now, folks. So I want to make sure that people are understanding to, everybody's talking about the second wave, right, Cody?
Yes.
And, to get ahead of the second wave, God willing, we won't have it. But make sure that you go and get your annual cancer screenings. It's very important. I don't want you to, be the one that said, Cody, I couldn't do it because of COVID. The hospitals are open. They're taking appointments. Whatever your annual screening is for cancer that you need to get done, folks, please get it done. Just this happens to be breast cancer awareness month, but for prostate, colonoscopy, like all of the above, you gotta get it in, folks. Please, it's very important. Like I said, I went last Saturday and received my mammogram, but it was some information I wanted to put out there for folks for early cancer prevention for women. Pennsylvania Department of Health offers a free breast and cervical cancer early detection program. It's up Chestnut Hill. It's called the Women's Center. The number is 215-248-6100. And if you qualify, they are giving out free, or providing rather, free breast and cervical cancer screenings. So please, the number is 215-248-6100. And I'm assuming, Cody, that they've recognized that people have lost their jobs. They're out of work. They may not have their health benefits, of course, that they've had before. And because of COVID, like I said, a lot of people aren't getting their screenings. So this is one option that you have when it comes to cervical or breast cancer. And you can go get your mammogram and your cervical, your pap smear done, ladies. So it's very important. Like I said, Cody, I couldn't wait to get in because a lot of the offices were closed for this. But even with your prostate screenings and things, you got to get in there, folks. Don't let COVID, prevent you now that the hospitals and doctor's office, some of them are open for certain screenings. You can, please get them done. Please get them done.
You're absolutely right. I guess it's been kind of like off of people's mind because of this pandemic, but it is equally as important. You're absolutely right. And you say now that they're opened up again.
Right, they have opened up, that I know a lot of the hospitals have opened up for these screenings, these cancer screenings, prostate, like I said, colonoscopies, cervical, and mammograms. So you can go and make your appointment. Like I said, if you've lost your job, depending on the qualifications for this particular women's center criteria for Chestnut Hill, you can go and see if you qualify for a free breast and cervical cancer screening, for helping for early detection. So I just thought that was, important information for people to know about.
And I saw on Facebook where Ryan Boyer almost lost a person.
So,
I want to say congratulations to him, all that weight that he's lost.
Yes, you took the words right out of my mouth. Oh, awesome. Yes, and, he gave his testimony about his health on Facebook, which I thought was very, very encouraging and inspiring. As the months were going on, every time I would see him and he's coming down, I would congratulate him. I would, say you're doing a good job, keep up the good work, because you'll have people who actually see you, knowing that it's hard work, and won't say, hey, I see the change in you. Yeah, right. Well, I could do it, but I see the change and you're doing a good job, and keep it up. A lot of people just need encouragement too. So he did mention that when he had that health scare,
that's right,
when he was in a hospital, how that kind of triggered him. It was like, a light bulb moment to say, hey, let me get these numbers together. And not just the weight, but in addition to the weight, he said his cholesterol number, his diabetes numbers, his glucose numbers, all of that, it's a ripple effect. So congratulations, yes, because it's work, but it's so worth it when you don't have to take so many, prescriptions on a daily basis to help you with some of the high blood pressure, cholesterol, and diabetes issues you may have had you not really taken the time to nurture your health. It's very important.
It's really,
so yes,
really cool that he had the discipline to do that. I admire that.
Yes, it's very important. It's very important. So shout out to him for that. I also want to give a shout out to Labor's Local 413. Let me tell you, Mr. Harper and Mark Freeman and the whole team, Anthony Moss and Jonathan, everyone over there, they did an outstanding job. We had our first virtual focus training group. And remember, I spoke about this, and now we're bringing up Cody's. We're having it with the members so they can just, tell us what are some of the barriers that they face, when it comes to attending a training school. Sometimes it's just the hours of service. Sometimes, it could be so much as they don't feel comfortable, on the computers, because some of them may, haven't dealt with computers in a long time or what have you, whatever they were. We listened, they spoke, they were very candid. So I appreciate you over there, Local 413 and members, really having a candid conversation over what are some of the barriers when it comes to training that they face, so we can then take that information, take it to the trustees and have a nice powwow on our hands to help and assist them to make them, a better laborer. They're already great laborers, but just better with more training. So we just wanted to know what that looks like on their end when it comes to barriers. So we had about 32 members, attend our virtual meeting, and it was really nice. So very informative, and I kept my word, folks. So if you haven't made it over to Labor's Local 413 in Chester, I dropped off your gift bags, your goodie bags. So go. That's right. We want to reward because it's important, and I want to let them know that we really appreciate them taking the time to talk to us. So yes, I dropped off some nice goodie bags, Cody.
I got to get over to 413. We have to take a break.
Yes, we do.
Whenever they see me coming, they lock the closet. So.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
so listen, we'll be back with more Labor's Live. Don't go away.
Now, a traffic update on WURD Radio. Plenty of slow traffic on the Philly roads. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Starting on the Schuylkill Expressway, eastbound jam traffic 476 into Belmont, again from Girard to South Street. Then it's stop and go Penrose to Packer through construction. Westbound Schuylkill, that jams up from University to 30th Street through the construction. Left lane is blocked. Jams again Montgomery out to Belmont, and you're heavy through the Conshohocken curve. On the Vine Expressway, eastbound jam traffic 76 out to Broad. Westbound on the Vine at stop and go East Street back to the Schuylkill. 95 northbound stop and go from the Vine Expressway up to Bridge Street. Southbound 95, that is jammed from the Betsy Ross Bridge into Girard, then again Ridley Park into 320 with some extra volume. Traffic on the Boulevard northbound jamming, Schuylkill Expressway to Broad Street. On the bridges, no big problems at the moment. Through South Jersey, it's jammed 295 northbound from Mount Royal up to Mantua through construction. Southbound jamming Warwick Road into 42. Jersey Turnpike northbound as you go between the Fenimore Cooper service area and Burlington Mount Holly. Right, 2 lanes are blocked by an overturned tractor trailer.
Staples has everything to start the year right, no matter where school happens, and all at amazing prices. This week, get 20% off copies and prints for school, like posters, worksheets, and schedules. Visit staples.com/schoolprinting for coupon. In-store only. Offer ends 10/31. Exclusions apply. Staples.
For more traffic information, log on to SIGAlert.com. I'm Brendan Joseph with your Philadelphia area traffic.
Over 200,000 dead.
They are dying. That's true. It is what it is.
Millions unemployed.
It is what it is.
It doesn't have to be. Joe Biden has a plan to get us out of Trump's mess. Good-paying jobs, investing in black communities, and strengthening our health care. Trump might not care, but Joe Biden does. Make a plan to vote. Our lives depend on it.
Paid for by AFSCME People, which is responsible for the content of this ad. AFSCMEPeople.org. Not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee.
Are you hungry today? Have your taste buds been sufficiently pampered? Call Eatable Delights for succulent and juicy turkey wings, no-filler crab cakes, or tender smoky beef ribs. You can pick up curbside or get delivery in Philadelphia, Montgomery, South Jersey, Delaware, and Bucks County. Call 215-236-3900 or stop by 1540 Wadsworth Avenue. That's 215-236-3900, because even your taste buds deserve pampering. And tell them Solomon Jones sent you.
The pandemic is not only putting everyone's health at risk, it's also impacted our jobs and retirement security. And it's disproportionately affecting African Americans, especially those 50 plus. That's why AARP Pennsylvania is fighting for your voice to be heard. If you haven't voted yet, now is the time to learn about your voting options and cast your ballot. We're working to make sure you can vote safely, whether you choose to vote from home or in person. And if you choose to vote by mail, make sure you return your ballot using both envelopes. Your ballot goes in the smaller envelope for secrecy, and that goes into the larger envelope for mailing. Also, don't forget to sign the voter declaration on the back. Your voice matters. Make sure it's heard. Go to aarp.org/PA votes to learn about your voting options and how to vote safely this election. Visit aarp.org/PA votes today. Paid for by AARP.
Everyone's journey to their vote is different, but they all share the same first step. If you want your voice to be heard on Election Day this November 3rd, you must be registered to vote. It's easy, and there are lots of ways to register. You can do it in person, online, or by mail, but you have to do it by October 19th. To learn more about how to register and to make a plan to vote, visit philadelphiavotes.com. However you want to vote, we'll help you find the way.
WURD TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at ForWord. WURD TV. Black Talk Media.
Hey, you are back, Tony.
And welcome back to More Labors Live. I also want to send prayers out to the folks over in Louisiana dealing with Hurricane Delta, another hurricane, Cody. It's just so tragic to hear that everything that they have been enduring this fall, and the fall has just started.
They're cleaning up from the last one, and now this one is hitting.
Yeah, so
that is good.
It's really just sad, things that are going on today, and they have to deal with some of those.
What about
issues.
the governor of Michigan, the terrorist plotting to kidnap her and kill her?
Plotting to kidnap her and kill her. And if I'm not mistaken, I thought I heard early on yesterday that the informant actually was part of the whole plot. But then I think he said it was some either ex-officers or ex-police officers.
They had FBI, they had undercover people in there, and they turned a couple of people into informants.
Yeah, and it was just, can you believe what they were planning to do to, go into the Capitol, basically kidnap her, take her to her vacation home, have what they call a kangaroo trial, and then use explosives and we all know where they got this.
She put it right where it came from.
Listen,
she put it right there. Yes, she did. She said he was complicit. And so are the members of the Senate, the Republican members of the Senate.
Because they're quiet.
They keep getting a ride. They're terrible.
Listen, it's horrible to think in 2020 that you have these groups that will go to this extreme to prove a point about how they want to continue their white privilege, because and they are patriots of the American, and we want to make America great again, make America what it used to be. That's what it is.
And you got your president talking about he wanted Obama and Biden arrested and indicted
for the taping him or something like that, right?
For the Russia hoax, which it was not a hoax. He's still living there. He's trying to do everything in his power to change the course of this election.
And I think they're saying something about the dossier, that it was an actual, a Russia informant or Russia that created or knew about the dossier, and they believed everything that this, Russia person had given them the information about, and how could they believe somebody who worked for, Russia or was once a Russian spy or something like that. But listen, what does this say, Cody? Folks got to get out and vote. Folks got to get out and vote.
That's right. If it's so overwhelming on election night, we don't have to worry about election fraud. We don't have to worry about counting ballots for 2 days. We'll know that night if people get out and do what they're supposed to.
And I'm so proud that people are taking advantage of the early voting process. And they're not voting polls, folks, because I was just listening to KYW, and it said that a judge in Pennsylvania had denied Trump administration the right to have poll watchers, because they are not considered polls, locations. They're an extension locations of the commissioner's office. So that's why the poll watcher title does not fall into that criteria. So they say in the commissioner's office has welcome if he wants people to come in and they can take a tour, but they can't be watchers. They can't watch what's going on. That's not what that's about. And I'm so glad that language when Commissioner Omar Sabir corrected me in saying they're not polling locations. They're not. They're extension locations of the commissioner's office where people can go place their ballots.
Right.
So
now, I got my mail-in ballot, and I mailed my wife's at the same time, and she didn't get hers.
Okay, so did you call? Because you have to actually call or go online at phillyvotes.com, I want to say, and you can put in that reference number that they give you, folks. So if you have any issues or you want to know, where is your ballot or what the holdup, if you use that reference number, did you try to locate the email, Cody?
Well, I don't remember seeing the email. I'm talking about hers, and I don't know if I sent if it sent it both under my email name, and that could be a problem if it did happen like that.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think you can only, and we can ask Commissioner if he calls in. I think you can only use one
Troy
email.
said he's on the line.
Oh, okay. Well, we can let him on now.
I didn't know that he was there.
Hello, sir. How are you, Commissioner?
Hello. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Commissioner.
Good. We have a question real quick for you, Commissioner.
Sure.
When you're filling out the application for the mail-in ballot, is it one email per mail-in ballot, meaning Cody's email? Can he sign his wife up using the same email, or is it one email that follows one mail-in ballot? You need a separate email for both.
No, so you can use the same email. That's fine.
Okay, so you can.
Because I got mine and mailed them both at the same time, and she hasn't gotten hers.
So you said your wife didn't get hers yet?
Right.
You applied at the same exact time?
I mailed them both at the same time.
Your application?
Yeah.
Or your ballot?
Yeah, mailed the application for the ballot at the same time. I got my ballot in the mail. She didn't.
Okay, you got your ballot. Okay, so again, if you go to that Philadelphia vote, you want to check your ballot, we can check it, and then, we'll see what the status, is.
Okay. Well, she's going to vote one way or another.
No.
But then the question becomes, if she applied for the bill, if she applied for the mail-in ballot and she doesn't get it, can she go into the polls and vote, or would it have to be provisional?
Well, she can go to our satellite locations. I mean, that's the beauty of the satellite locations. You can walk right in. And we just opened up another one today. We're going to open up another one. I think either today or tomorrow. That's the Cap on Broad Street. We're going to open up the AB school. So again, these satellite locations are not just places where you can just drop off your ballot. These are places where you can ask questions. People can look up stuff for you. Like, it's a satellite office of the County Board of Elections, right? So, if you had these different questions, even like, you can actually request a replacement ballot. Let's just say, you sent, a ballot in, application in, and you're worried about it. You can go to a satellite location, you can request a replacement ballot, and they'll print a replacement ballot out right there, and you can do your ballot right there, or you can take it home.
I'm glad you told me that.
Yeah. Let me get the ballot. I can take it home. You can take your time. And then you can come back and then drop it off. So again, I just want to let everyone know. That's, we're trying to bring the services to our citizens, and we know it's hard for everyone to get downtown. So that's the whole, function behind these satellite locations. They're not polling locations. That's when we say they're satellite locations. You can get help at these locations, and you can get all your questions answered. And we're trying to make it as easy as possible for everyone.
Are you guys being overwhelmed now by the mail-in ballots?
They're coming in. Again, we're good because we have more space. We have the Pennsylvania Convention Center. We have over 125,000 square feet. And again, I like to thank the Philadelphia building trades, the laborers, electricians, the stagehands. It's a union building. It's safe, it's secure. So, we have, space, and, so we're not being overwhelmed. Again, like in City Hall, we had about over 2,000 people that's been coming in the last couple of days. So I think today we might have about 2,500 or so people. It's lines all the way back to Dilworth Park. People want to come in and drop their ballot off or apply. So it's a beautiful thing.
So it's definitely going to be a greater turnout than we've had in a while.
Yes. As I can say, over the last couple of years since President Trump took office, turnout has increased.
So tell us about the good news you received today about the PA judge denying Trump's, administration the right to have poll watchers.
Well, again, sometimes people use the criminal justice, center, the legal system as advertisement sometimes, right? So sometimes you might file a lawsuit, you might not know it can win, but guess what? If it happens, if they say it a whole bunch of times, some of our constituents thinking, the satellite offices are being closed, stuff, so people had, people want confusion sometimes. And again, so all my constituents who were confused, I received the calls again. Satellite offices are open 7 days a week. And again, those satellite offices will not have poll watchers there. There will be no one in there intimidating you. Your vote is safe and secure when you want to exercise that right. But real quick, I just want to go over something with the satellite offices. We just released a press release, and we're hiring people.
Okay.
We're hiring people. And again, I just want to go over the description if that's possible real quick.
Sure.
Okay. Right now, we're looking for 100 temporary clerical assistant jobs with the Board of Elections. Clerical assistants will work at election satellite offices across the city, helping voters to obtain and submit mail-in ballots and register new voters. Clerical assistants perform data entry, customer service duties, or a mix of both. These are full-time temporary positions through November 2020 election, starting at $13.75 an hour. Applicants must be 18 years or older and a resident of Philadelphia. Additionally, applicants should possess data entry skills, have customer service experience, and have knowledge of office procedures, basic Microsoft Office applications, and arithmetic. We need Philadelphians in every corner of the city to apply for these jobs so that we can properly staff offices across the city, ensuring that Philadelphians have access to our satellite offices and services they provide. And again, they can go to PhiladelphiaVotes.com to apply. And we need you to apply as soon yesterday because we're trying to open up the rest of our locations, and we don't want to reduce the hours at a time at any of our locations due to staffing. So again, we're coming to the village, we're coming to the people. We sent this press release out to the media, we sent it out to the community groups. Again, we need people to work these temporary full-time jobs so we can keep our offices open.
So listen, we're going to get ready to go to a commercial break, and when we come back, I just want you to repeat the hours of the Monday through Sunday for the satellite locations, okay?
Sure.
So thanks for listening, folks. We'll be right back with more Labors Live.
Now, a traffic update on WURD Radio.
Plenty of slow traffic on the Philly roads. This report is sponsored by Staples Stores. Starting on the Schuylkill Expressway, eastbound jam traffic 476 into Belmont, again from Girard to South Street. Then it's stop and go Penrose to Packer through construction. Westbound Schuylkill, that jams up from University to 30th Street through the construction. Left lane is blocked. Jams again Montgomery out to Belmont, and you're heavy through the Conshohocken curve. On the Vine Expressway, eastbound jam traffic 76 out to Broad. Westbound on the Vine at stop and go East Street back to the Schuylkill. 95 northbound stop and go from the Vine Expressway up to Bridge Street. Southbound 95, that is jammed from the Betsy Ross Bridge into Girard, then again Ridley Park into 320 with some extra volume. Traffic on the Boulevard northbound jamming, Schuylkill Expressway to Broad Street. On the bridges, no big problems at the moment. Through South Jersey, it's jammed 295 northbound from Mount Royal up to Mantua through construction. Southbound jamming Warwick Road into 42. Jersey Turnpike northbound as you go between the Fenimore Cooper service area and Burlington Mount Holly. Right 2 lanes are blocked by an overturned tractor trailer.
Staples has everything to start the year right no matter where school happens, and all at amazing prices. This week, get 20% off copies and prints for school, like posters, worksheets, and schedules. Visit staples.com/schoolprinting for coupon. In-store only. Offer ends 10/31. Exclusions apply. Staples.
For more traffic information, log on to sigalert.com. I'm Brendan Joseph with your Philadelphia area traffic.
Recovery starts with a call. Pennsylvania's Substance Use Disorder Hotline is staffed by real people who are trained to help. They're here 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They'll get you or your loved one into treatment regardless of your access to insurance. If you or someone you know is suffering from addiction, call 1-800-662-HELP. Recovery starts with a call.
Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Enterprise Exterminators, located 4943 Wayne Avenue, specializing in lantern flies, termites, bed bugs, fleas, mice, and roaches. Do-it-yourself kits are available. Call now, 215-849-7070.
According to the radical left, Kathy Barnett isn't supposed to exist, let alone be a candidate for United States Congress. See, Kathy Barnett is a black woman and a conservative. She spent 10 years in the Armed Forces Reserves. Kathy doesn't fit the victimhood mentality the left is selling. She grew up poor, and despite the odds against her, she built a good life. She loves America, and that's why she's running for Congress. Kathy Barnett not only exists, she lives the American dream.
I'm Kathy Barnett, and I approve this message.
If you're thinking of voting by mail this election, remember that it's safe, it's secure, and it counts. But there are a few things to keep in mind. While the application deadline is October 27th, you should apply now and send your ballot back as early as possible, before November 3rd. When it comes to sending it back, you can drop it in the mail, use a designated drop box, or return it to a satellite election office. To find one or for more information, visit PhiladelphiaVotes.com.
Hello, my name is Esteban Vera. I'm a proud union member and business manager of Labor's Local 57 in Philadelphia. I'd first like to thank every essential worker, union member that's working in the front lines day in and day out to keep us all Americans safe. Thank you so much. Now more than ever, it's so important that we get out to vote and make sure that we're registered to vote, that we get candidates in office that care about all Americans, not just corporations. We cannot let the last 4 years repeat itself. Our country cannot take no more. Our people cannot take no more. I beg everyone and plead to please get out to register to vote. Our lives, our children's lives, and our economy depends on it.
Don't forget to tune into Labor's Live every Friday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WURD, WURD.
The EcoWord Environmental Justice Summit, Indigenous Peoples Day, Monday, October 12th from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. In recognition of Indigenous Peoples Day, EcoWord and WURD Radio will host an Environmental Justice Summit to explore topics at the intersection of Black and Indigenous rights, income, and the environment. This day-long multimedia, virtual, and on-air event will bring together artists, thought leaders, and environmental justice advocates for groundbreaking conversations about climate change, land reclamation, water quality, and how it all converges in the Philadelphia region and beyond. It's the EcoWord Environmental Justice Summit, Indigenous Peoples Day, Monday, October 12th from 10 a.m. till 7 p.m. exclusively on WURD Radio, 96.1 FM and 900 AM WURD. Streaming live on WURDradio.com and the WURD Radio app, or watch live on WURD TV via Facebook. Presented in partnership with Bartram's Garden and From the Source Reporting Collaborative. The EcoWord Environmental Justice Summit is sponsored by PICO and the Alliance for Watershed Education and supported by the Lenfest Institute and the William Penn Foundation. WURD TV. We're streaming live video of this conversation right now. Tune in on YouTube at onWURD or on Facebook at ForWord. WURD TV. Black Talk Media.
And we are back. You got it, Tony.
Welcome back to More Labor's Live. We have Commissioner Omar Sabir, and I just want to reiterate that the Commissioner's Office, they're hiring for their satellite locations 100 temporary clerical assistants, but it's full-time work. You have to be 18 years or older and also have experience, folks, in data entry and customer service. It's imperative that we keep these satellite locations open. We don't change the hours. We don't have to adjust them, that we have people in place that can actually assist and help those who want to get their, mail-in ballots and their ballots in early. So once again, what are the hours Monday through Sunday for the satellite locations?
Okay. They are from Monday through Thursday. They're open 11:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. And on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, they're open at 9:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
They're open again, and then services you can receive. You can register to vote. Mm-hmm. You can request a ballot, you can fill in your ballot, or you can ask questions.
Do you see this as being the standard, or just because of the circumstances with the pandemic? Because we've long been trying to get weekend voting and extended voting.
So here's the thing. So Act 77, right? It just requires, City Hall to be open, right? It doesn't necessarily require these other satellite locations open. And we just had a budget meeting. We're working on 21 fiscal budget now. And again, the city isn't bringing revenue, so we're going to need grants possibly, to keep this level open. So again, so we're going to advocate, the William Penn Foundation, these larger endowments. That's what we're going to need, and we have to advocate, for that, to make voting easier for people. I look at different revenue streams, maybe from the state, maybe from the federal government, but we have to be creative to get the resources that we need to keep this open. But the main thing that's going to make our case that we need these centers open, and that if you all participate in the process, right? The more we use it, that's when they're going to say, okay, we want to increase it. You know, we can have more satellite locations than we have. You know, but again, we have to outgrow. We want to outgrow these satellite locations that we have to make the case that, hey, you know what? In 6 months, you know, we need more. You know, I don't like and. I don't like or. I like and. I don't want
right.
You know, so again, that's what we want to advocate for. You know, you should call your council people up. You should call your state representatives up. You should call your federal people up. You should say, hey, this is what we want, you know, then we can have more.
The community has to get involved in this to really help it, you know, be the best that it can be to support them and their needs. Because it's not always COVID. Sometimes, you know, people are just older and they won't be able to stand in line, or people are working and dependent on the weather. A lot of things deter people from voting. So like you said, you know, with the support and you contacting, you know, your city council person, your district, listen, let them know this, it helps me. We need this. So you guys are doing a great job over there, you know, and now we kind of understand why they're slowly but surely opening, because you do need people to actually work in them to help and assist those. Like you said, it's not just about, you know, doing your mail-in ballot or having, you know, applying for it there. Y'all giving out information, you know, I sent my application in, or this is the issue, or can you explain to me how this works? Or you're just an informative, you know, environment for satellite locations that help and assist people with the tools that they need to vote successfully. And I just want to thank you all, because, you know, you're doing a great job with the budget that you were dealt with, that you were given, the grant money, like you said, but you need more. So you got to hear from the public, people. They got to hear to make everybody a winner across the board.
Thank you. Thank you. Then also, just to go over the 5 components when you receive your package. You should receive a ballot. You should receive a secrecy envelope. You should receive a declaration envelope. You should receive instructions, and you should receive a plain English explanation of the ballot questions. So it should be 5 items that you should get. So if you receive, you know, a package, we don't have a secrecy envelope, that's no problem. You can come in either to the satellite locations to come to office. Then you can receive, you know, another, you know, secrecy envelope. So again, it should be 5 items. And again, please, before you fill your envelope in, make sure you put your ballot in that white secrecy envelope, and then you put that into your declaration envelope, and then you make sure that you sign it, make sure that you date it. And again, these satellite office locations, please take advantage of them.
Yes.
They're there for you. And again, we have them open, you know, even after you get off work. You know, from 6:30 p.m. is when it closes. And again, like I said, we're trying to get more people, the more people we can hire. We actually want to open up these locations earlier, you know, at 9 o'clock. So that's my charge. But again, you know, if we don't got the people, we can't do it. So again, we want to hire as many people as possible. So again, I'm going to need you to tell everybody, ForWVotes.com. We need these people so that we can keep these satellite offices open, and we want to increase them up.
Are they open all the way through the elections?
Yes, they're actually open on election day. They're open on election day.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
They're open on election day. Yeah, so again, you know, we're the amount of work that we're doing, I mean, it's just phenomenal. And I like to thank my colleagues, Commissioner Daly. I like to thank Commissioner Al Smith. And I like to thank all our staff, our temporary workers. I like to thank the city departments that have been working hard. I mean, you know, she's our law enforcement officer. You know, she's been keeping our satellite locations safe. You know, and again, you know, we feel good. But again, we have a lot of work to get done, and you know, say a prayer for us, because we're working hard for you.
Well, Philadelphia, I think, is going to turn out. They're going to turn up, and they're going to turn out. They want to make sure that their history doesn't repeat itself from 2016. And you have all the support in the world, your office, to make sure this is a smooth transition when it comes to the voting process. There's no hiccups, that we're going to look out for each other on election day also to make sure that people are safe. I know the laborers are getting people together and make sure that they're going to be at the polls, because the watchers will be watched. With that being said, trust and believe. The watchers are going to be watched. Yes. So, yes, we just want to make sure that everybody everyone is safe. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, it's really stepped up big time. I'm telling you, I'm proud of that office and the opportunities that they're offering people to vote. It's a great thing.
Yeah.
Well, again, one of the things that I promised when I got in the office that, the city commissioner's office is going to be different, and thank God, it's different, but again, it's a lot of work that gets done, and, every 6 months there's an election.
Mm-hmm. You're a great team over there. It's a team effort, so that's what makes it so good, that it's a team effort. And are you still hiring for poll workers?
I mean, yes. I mean, people still can apply. I mean, okay. We have a lot, but again, it can be another wave of COVID-19, and then again, we still want people from all areas. We get a lot of people applying from like South Philly, Center City. West Philly is good. The far northeast is good. That way it's easier because you have to report to your location. At 6 o'clock in the morning,
Right.
So again, it's going to be hard to tell someone to come from South Philly to come all the way up to the far northeast. So again, overall, we have a lot of numbers, but again, we still want people to apply because from different parts, of the city, it makes it easier, for them to get to. If you got to wake up and just walk, a block, to get to your polling location, that might be easier to ask somebody to come from, far South Philly all the way up to the greater northeast, So again, we're still asking people to apply. They can go to pollworker.philadelphiavotes.com, pollworker.philadelphiavotes.com. That's the link, and they can put that information in there, and they can apply.
Okay. Well, thank you so much for calling. We're running out of time, but I want to thank you again, Commissioner Omar Saberi, and your great office over there, doing a great job, and keep it up. And we're going to use this platform until November the 3rd, okay?
Right.
So we can't use it anymore. So thanks again for calling and for being consistent. We appreciate you.
Take care, Commissioner.
Yep, anytime.
Yes, yes. Okay, Cody. I just want to get the number out for the mammogram and the cervical cancer screenings again. Call 215-248-6100, ladies, for your free screenings to see if you qualify, because it's important. It's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, but we want to make sure that all cancer screenings are being done and you get all your appointments in, okay? So, Cody.
Have a good one, Tony. That's good. We're going to keep on pushing it.
Yes, keep on. Get out the vote. Please vote, people, and enjoy your weekend. Bye.
Have a good one, Tony.
You too.
Okay. Just let me remind folks that you can join us Tuesday, October the 13th, as WURD welcomes back beloved host Nick Taliaferro for the new drive time show, Evening Words with Nick Taliaferro.